Welcome in, Yarnies, Dirty Hookers, and Fiber Fiends. How is everybody? Let me see. Let me check my chat. Trouble got first. Welcome in. Thank you for the dino. Let's see here. Welcome in, Elliot. How are you? Elliot and Trouble both have a 3-stream streak. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So we are going to be collabing with Supreme Doom 56. She's running a little late, but it's fine. She's around. She's just, she has something to do real quick. And I'm going to be teaching her how to needle tat. Let me move my cord out of the way. Not great. Oh, I'm sorry, Elliot. I'm sorry. I hope things get better for you. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on one second. Can I adjust this? Okay, wait a minute. I had to adjust that. Yes, hugs. Hugs if you want them. So how is everyone else doing? I don't know who else is here. We are also sharing chat with Supreme. Oh no, are you okay? Oh, okay. Yes, go and do that. Yes. All right. I'm giving myself a shout out. I do not remember that clip. Let's see. Okay, I think we're caught up. Oh, you know what? I might as well do this also here. We can, we'll give a shout out to Supreme. Um, I have never seen that clip. So let me catch up. Let me see who is here. Wait a minute. Okay, things I have to click on. Okay. So yes, we're gonna be learning needle tatting. Supreme knows how to shuttle tat, but she's never needle tatted. So she has the supplies, and this is TCC Tuesday. So I think this is the last TCC Tuesday because she has to go back to work next week. Basically, TCC streamers can collab with her, and either she teaches us something, we teach her something, you hang out, you craft, you do all different types of things. And last Tuesday, welcome in Vixen, thank you for the lurk and the check-in. Last Tuesday, me and her collabed. She taught me how to sew in signatures into a junk journal. And this week, I'm going to teach her needle tatting. Oh, I don't even have examples. I was not prepared. Bad crafty cub, bad crafty cub. This is just some. Where are my other examples? Are they in here? Oh, I don't know where I put the other things. Let's see. Let me take. That's not tatting. I don't know where I put my other tatting at. That's all crochet. It'll turn up somewhere. It's fine. But these are good enough examples. Seriously, I don't know where I put my tatting. Oh well. Okay. Oh, these are not. These are some of my my bad pieces. I was not prepared. Oh, got it. I hid it. I hid it from myself. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. These are the good pieces. So, I'm not going to teach most of these. There's one thing, if we get to it, we might have a finished little motif. If not, that's fine. We have to learn the basics first before we do anything. Let me lay out some of this stuff as best I can. Move the square. That's a little too large for the camera. Alrighty. Okay, those can go away. Yeah, I couldn't believe that I didn't remember where I put my bag of tatting, but we found it. We found it. Alright. So, I know some of my viewers have seen me do this before. I need to finish this off. So that's a wreath. It's a little bow and a wreath. It's not really a good example to show because it's a little dark, but that's an example. And this is a larger example. The only difference is the size of thread. Same pattern. It is a very cute pumpkin, and that's an easy pattern to do. I think later on, maybe into like October, we might do this again. I did this last October on stream, so I think we're going to revisit that because it's really, really fun. You can do large or small. Welcome in, Mel. Thank you for the check-in and the lurk. This is one of my first pieces I did. It's not the best, but it's not too bad. So we could see how this is. You know what? I could zoom in. We're going to need to zoom in anyway. And this was a snowflake. This is actually meant to go over top of a Christmas ornament. I'll show you that example in a second. These three are bookmarks. This might be the best one to show. Especially the purple. And that's not really my best work, but that was one of the first bookmarks that I ever made. This one is not my best. It's a lot of my... Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Upcycly. How was your stream? What were you working on? What were you doing? Welcome in, Raiders. I am the Crafty Cub, fiber artist and a brand new paper crafter. I'm probably going to be I'm going to call myself a multi-crafter, I think. Um, you have raided into a collab stream. How many times did you say pattern? Yeah, you said pattern a lot. I am collabing with Supreme Doom 56 right now. She's on a BRB. She had to take care of something before we actually collab. I'm going to teach her needle tatting. And I have taught some of the basics of needle tatting to Upcycly. So yes, Cub and Supreme. Yes, we haven't even started yet. I mean, we have started, but she's attending to something at the moment. So I was just showing off some of the tatted pieces that I've done. This was one of the very, very first tatted pieces I ever did. So that's a little a pendant that you can attach a cord to, so it's a little necklace. This is just some trim, and this is a pattern here I came up with on my own. That's my own original pattern. This is kind of something I teach when you first learn, because it covers your basics. More advanced tatting projects are these. So you tat basically pretty much like a bookmark. Pretty much. You make a long piece. You have to do some measuring and math, and you join it together, and then you slip the ornament inside, and then it's a way that you cinch up the tops and the bottoms, so it is encasing the ornament. So these are two patterns. I've got a couple other patterns that I want to do, and I have to figure out, I had to modify it because the patterns call for a different size ornament. These are plastic ones in the dollar store. You can do glass, but I was afraid I was going to break it. What was I going to say? Oh, so these are a little smaller, so I had to modify the pattern a little. I had to change a little math, but it worked out. Upcycly says we're crocheting with our yarn that we sewed from pad covers. Yes, for the bag for the knitting needles that you got from a super awesome cup. Yes, I sent Upcycly some circular and double pointed knitting needles. It was you. Oh, you're welcome. I needed them out of my house, so you did me a favor because they were just sitting there. But I'm glad that your stream went well. I'm assuming it went well. And thank you for rating in. Normally we would showcase what you were working on, but since we're doing a collab, I mean I could, but we're doing this collab here. So and if you need a raid and run, feel free to do that. If not, hang out, join us. If you want to learn, I can give you some the supplies when Supreme comes back. We can figure out. I'll go over some of the basic supplies that you need to needle tat, and I have some sources. The main source I have is in the U.S. I'd have to look up. Oh, I don't remember the sources in the UK. I'd have to look that up. Let's see. You'll take a pic for you to share in your next show and tell. Yes, my next official show and tell will be Friday. Usually Friday is my dedicated one. So feel free to do that. Yes. Welcome in, Retro. How are you? Welcome to the collab. So we're just hanging out, and when Supreme gets back, we're going to do some learning. And one of the things, if we get to that point, if we get to it tonight, we probably won't, but if we do, I will show how to make this. This is a beginner pattern. Yes, this is beginner. And that is the picture that is on screen in the lower right-hand corner. That is the pattern for it. This is a pattern from the 1880s called the Weldon Square. Yas. Sorry, I missed the start. You're watching a YouTube video and got hooked, so you couldn't leave it. Oh, no, that's fine. You didn't miss anything. Again, we are, we haven't really started yet. We started the stream, but we haven't done the collab. You saw the look on my face when you said beginner. No, because I don't see your face. But yes, this is beginner. Welcome in, Action. Oh, wait, Action might not be able to hear me because Action is in Supreme Stream at the moment. Okay, let me see here. Yes, this is beginner. This is a beginner pattern. It's just rings, chains, picots, and a folded join. That is beginner. Yes. Yes, check in, everybody. And again, Supreme's community can't hear me, probably. Okay, let's see here. Thank you for the check-in, Upcycly. So that's what we're going to be working on. So this piece here, so that's a tatted wreath. That's relatively beginner. It's not super beginner. And then the bow, and at some point I'm going to have to I'm going to attach it, and it could be an ornament, it could be a gift topper. Thank you for the check-in, Trouble. So, or I could put the bow at the bottom. I mean, it's a wreath. You can put the bow wherever you choose. Some of these are jewelry, so that's a piece of jewelry. This pumpkin, you can put a bar pin on the back and turn it into like a pin that you can wear on your clothing. This one's kind of large. I guess you could do the same thing too. This is just a doily. I guess you could use it as a coaster. Bookmarks. Like I said, edging, trim for linens like handkerchiefs, pillowcases, tablecloths. That's such a thing. Thank you for the check-in, Reese Cup. I know you're in both streams. And I figured out how to do the shared chat, so I feel it's not that difficult to hit a button. What else have... Oh, I could show this other one that I've done. This one, I have to move this out of the way. And then... Tell you... Oh, when you do the stream together thing, once you have... or have everything set up for stream together. Once you have that done, there's a button that says for share chat that you enable. It's just a button you press, but you have to do the stream together type of thing. Do you share chat? Never mind. I heard that. And I thought you meant the voice. No. You have. Oh yeah. Yeah. When we collabed, I think we were doing a Discord. We did a Discord call. That works too. But I think I was just guesting on your stream. Maybe? I don't know if I was guesting or... I don't remember how we did it. No, we were both doing it because yeah. Oh, three of us. Blue was there too. So, yes, this is an angel. The other thing is... This is thicker yarn. It's actually worsted weight. What are we using? Wait, what do you mean using for chat? I'm confused. So this is thicker worsted. Oh, we're using the Twitch stream together thing. So that's that's how we're sharing our camera sources with each other. Where it's actually, wait, let me see something. I think it's the same orientation. I gotta switch over. Oh, she's in the be right back screen. But yes, so there are the two my camera source and her camera source. We're using the stream together feature on through Twitch, and then the chat through it also, and that's where the shared chat is. That's how we combine the chats. It's all through the stream together. But this here is worsted weight cotton. So the type of cotton you would use to make dishcloths out of. You want a smooth thread or yarn. And when we get to it, I can explain. You match up the thickness of your thread to the thickness of your needle, and they're special needles that you use. And but just want to show off some of the things that I have done. Oh, there's this here. No problem, Supreme. No problem. Okay. This really needs to be blocked, but and I actually messed up this pattern. I did one less little motif because I didn't count all the way. But this is a little heart. And we're going to see if you can, that's as far as I can zoom in. But I can show you a close-up. Each little ring is a heart. So it's a heart made up of hearts. And you can sew this onto something, onto clothing or whatever you want. Welcome in, Dreaming Truth. Welcome in. Oh, butterflies. Butterfly. I taught Upcycly how to do the butterflies. Actually, let me get a better picture. Yeah, picture. Yeah, that's what it is. A better example of the butterfly. Do I have a good example of the butterfly? This butterfly is definitely beginner friendly because there's no change. It's just 4 rings. So there's the butterfly. Those are really fun. And there's no tying in and weaving of ends. That's the part that I don't like. But we're gonna just get this all together. I have to find something real quick. I gotta find my other tool. Got those. Oh, I need to open that up. I need that as well. Okay. If anybody is in, actually, I'll wait. I'll wait until we're all ready, because I was gonna do a thing. You gotta learn. All right, Upcycly. Thank you for the raid, and you have a good lurk. Okay. But how is everyone else? How is everyone else doing? You know what? I'm gonna do this. Well, we don't need to zoom out that much. So once we get Supreme's community here, I can we're gonna lay this out and we're gonna kind of showcase a lot of all of this. This is what I should have done from the beginning. The red ones. Yeah, the red one will show up. Let's put the pink one down first. And you know what? Let's get the butterfly. We'll get the butterfly back. Even though I put it away. I got a bunch of them in here. Put that there. What else can I find? That's an okay one. You're doing good. You're at work. Hope work isn't too bad for you. Let's see. Oh, Supreme got a new follower. Welcome back. Are you okay? Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow. Oh. Okay, that's good. Yeah, just in case there's any little bits of glass. Oh, because of the mess. Okay. Hmm. Uh-oh. Oh. Can my stream hear Supreme? Oh, I hear myself. And I have you muted on your stream. I hear you both, and you're coming out again on Supreme's end. Wait. You could hear me on Supreme's stream? Um, no, she didn't even have um, my stream up. You don't? I've done the shared, oh. um, scene's fixed. Okay. Hmm. I had heard my own voice, but I don't hear my voice now. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. Um, all right. Don't be sorry. It's all good. Um, your camera went away. I can't. I don't hear you. I don't. Are you there? Um, uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not right. It's supposed to be Cubs camera failing. Yeah, hold on a second. Okay, Okay. Um, yeah, she's not even in the um, stream together thing. I might have to restart it. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, are you back? I don't hear you. Um, where's the thing? Okay, you're back in there. I don't hear you. Oh, I hear you now. Okay, you're back. That's probably what happened. No, you're fine. No. And I've got the shared chat back. Okay. Yes. If you don't have your hook right now, that's fine. When we get to it, if you want to go and get it, you don't need the hook until. Well, actually, no, you do. You do need the hook for join Pico. Yes. Yes. Yes, just blame me. Just blame me. And I hope chat can hear each other. Hear both of us. And my camera's fine. I mean, when we did a test setup before I went live, and my camera did go off, but it hasn't since. But we're not gonna jinx that. Let's see. Yes, we're back. Okay. Oh, okay. I think we're good right now. So, has anybody ever tatted? Has anybody ever tatted before, needle or shuttle? And I'll quickly explain the difference between the two. There's very minor differences between the two. And if you don't know what tatting is a type of lace. It's a type of lace. Thank you, Cheerful Bacon. Yeah, for the past 2 weeks I've had a very minor camera issue where it'll just shut off. But I don't know if it's in OBS or if it's in the software or what's going on. I've done updates and all, so fingers crossed. Ah. Ah. So, and congratulations. If you are following me and have never followed Supreme Doom 56, go and follow her. Welcome in, Stellar. Yes, good luck. All right, so like I had said, tatting is a type of lace, and I know Supreme, you have shuttle tatted before, and I'm going to show just one. Actually, I can zoom in. We'll zoom in on my collection. Well, that's only going to zoom on the center. Um, this is one piece. This is one of my very first pieces I ever learned to make, and this is a relatively easy pattern to do. But you can make that's a jewel. That's like a pendant. You can do bookmarks. You can do doilies. You can do edgings to go on like handkerchiefs and pillowcases. You can do Christmas ornaments. This is a little more advanced, but it's still, I would consider this a little more intermediate. And we're not going to learn this tonight. We're not ready for that. And you can also make all of this you see here, you can make with a shuttle or the needle. The only difference is the tool. There's a slight different technique to do the stitches, but it's the exact same stitch. It's just a different tool. So I'm going to move this out of the way. We're not going to do any of these large projects. We're going to do something similar to this. And if we have time and if we are adventurous enough, we will learn how to make the Weldon Square. But, okay. So, I mentioned shuttles. So, these are some tatting shuttles. There are different types. Actually, I only have the bobbin ones, where you have the post style. Welcome in, Jerclem. No, too intimidating? It's really not intimidating. It's really, really not. Some of the techniques are, but the basics are not intimidating. So, the bobbin style, and we're not going to shuttle tat tonight, but the bobbin style has a bobbin that slips in. You wrap your thread around that. It slips in, and it holds your thread. This is a metal one. There's a plastic one. There's a metal one. Supreme has the post style where you actually... I think I might have a post style somewhere. Do I have a post style? I thought I might have had... Oh, I do. I do. Yes, you've got the same brand, but just a different color. So you just wrap it around. Now, the advantage of the bobbin is you can slip the bobbin out and change colors on real quick. This, you have to undo everything if you only have one. There you go. Yes, you've got that. Yep, that's some tatting. Also, if you don't have a shuttle, you can make your own. This was my very first tatting shuttle that I ever used. And I had this this cord. Welcome in, Cricket. Retro says, okay, I know this is normally a lame excuse to skip out on a date, but I need to go and wash my hair, so you need to head off and be back a lot. That's fine, yes. I don't mind you going to wash your hair. Because, you know what, Retro? Wash it twice, the second time for me, since I have none. So, yes, I used a piece of cardboard to learn. But that is a different technique. I'm not really good at the shuttle. I'm okay with the shuttle. Oh, I like that heart. I remember when you did that. That is very pretty. Yes, yeah. Oh, I like it. Yeah, the butterflies are really fun. You can get real intricate ones. You can get real simple ones, like the ones I made are very simple. Mm-hmm. Um, yep. Yep. Couple years ago, I was a part of a ornament exchange in a stream. I think there was about maybe 15, 20 of us. And it was just any type of ornament. And whatever your craft was. So it's something that you would consider ornament. And the theme was spring. Even though it was actually, I think it was started in like January, February. And I ended up crocheting a butterfly It was a vintage pattern. And I threw in a handful of tatted butterflies. And I think the recipient ended up taking the little ones, because the crocheted one was pretty large. And I starched it so it actually kept its shape. And I think the recipient said that they were going to sew the little ones on like thread, like that could hang from the large one. I think they're going to use it as a maybe something to hang from the rearview mirror, or some type of ornament, or like a window just decoration. Stellar, standing outside of your kid's school waiting to get your kiddos. The little kinder kids are so dang adorable with their backpacks that look so big. Yes. Yep. Uh-huh. Oh. Uh-huh. Okay, yeah. So, you've done a technique in tatting I've never done. I've never added beads to tatting. So, well, you still started. All right, but we are going to be we're going to talk about the needles. Yeah, I've heard it's easy. I have to wrap my head around how to get the beads. I know how to get the beads on, but where yeah. Um, all right, you have the same set that I do, correct? Yes. Um, in North America, I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but in North America, the tatting needles, the brand Handy Hands is widely available. You can get it in on Amazon. You can get them. I don't know about any brick and mortar stores that actually carries them anymore. Um, if you were in the U.S., exclamation! If you're in my chat, because I actually no, it'll show up in both. It'll show up in both, I think. Unless Nightbot, unless you're yeah, it'll delete it. Okay. If you're in my chat, the collected-chaos.com, that's the Traveling Tatters site. She sells both shuttles and needles, and she also sells beginner kits, but that's for US because the shipping can be insane. But in this pack, you get 4 needles. They actually throw in a bonus one. And it probably just showed the 3, and if it didn't have a picture of this, it does say a 3, an extra bonus one. We're not going to use the bonus one. All right, so if you get your needles out and yeah, free. Okay. Yep. Okay. So what I would advise you to do is to get all 4 out and lay them, and you're going to have to look, lay them in order of thickness. So there are 4 different thicknesses. And the thickest one is, they're not marked on them. They're not like a crochet hook where they have the size marked on them. So the thickest one is a size 3. The next one down is a 5, then a 7, and then an 8. You're going to match, when you needle tat, you can also get another set that I have another set that are much thicker, and that is what I use, that you use with larger yarn, like that. So you match up, what was that? Yes. Whatever you use, either shuttle or needle tatting, whatever technique, you want to make certain your yarn or your thread is smooth. You don't want anything with fuzziness to it, because you end up pulling your thread through your knots, and if it's fuzzy, it's going to get caught, and you're going to have knots. You're going to have, like, not the knots you don't want. Okay, we are, what we're also using is, now in there came this. I've never used this. This is a needle threader. If you need that to thread your needle, I don't have a problem threading the needle we're going to use, but if anybody needs it, and it's the same, you can get these inexpensively in the sewing department. They're usually a little piece of like silver colored metal. It's a flat piece of metal, and it's got this little loop on it. You can also use, there are dental flossers that have like a loop, and I've seen people use those before. But this is a large one for the larger needle. So if you need to use that, use that. Also, not included in this kit, you're going to need a small crochet hook. I recommend anywhere between like 1.5 millimeter up to about 2 millimeters, kind of pushing it. That's for some of the joins we're going to do. The thread. So oh, I'm sorry. Ah, that'll work. Wait, a 1.7 or a 0.7? A 1.5 should work. Should be okay. The one I'm using here is a 1.4. It's really not going to matter. It's all you're going to actually, the 0.7 might be too small because you're going to need it to grab your thread. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna snooze my ad. Okay. Also, what we are using is size 10 crochet thread. They make thread that's thinner. Technically, tatting thread is a size 20. The larger the number in thread, the thinner the thread is. So they do make like a 5 or a 3. And this is either, I want to say this is a size 5. Or no, I think it might be a size 3. But commonly, you're going to find a size 10. This is what you use to a lot of people crochet doilies with. And it's very easily available. Different brands, there's many different brands out there. So with a size 10 thread, we want a size 5 needle. So your 4 needles, not the thickest one, you want the next one down. The other 3, you can put away. You could use the thicker one, but in my experience, the next one down is the better one to use with this thread. Again, we're matching the thickness of the needle to the thickness of the thread, or as close as possible. They're not going to be exact, but it's going to be a little thicker, but we should be good. All right. So you have tatted before, so you know about rings and picots and chains and joining picots, correct? Okay. We're doing all the same things, just a different tool. Okay. What I'm going to suggest you do is, okay, you're right-handed, right? Okay. If anybody's left-handed, I know my VOD will be up, and you might want to, there are ways to flip the video. Yeah, I think you can do that with like not in Twitch natively, but I think there are like apps or extensions or something you can do. I upload my VODs to YouTube, so I think you can do it in, there might be an extension or something for YouTube that you can do it. I've heard people doing that before. Yes, yeah, oh yeah, I can do it in OBS, yes, and I can also do it in my software, but I'm meaning for the viewer watching. Okay, so with needle tatting, your ball is either going to be to the right of your work area or to the left. And let me zoom out. if we are making a ring, your ball was going to be to the right. Ring, right. If we're making a chain, your ball will be to the left. Chain what? Cheft? Yes, to the cheft. Okay. So pull maybe about a yard or a meter or so of... They're almost the same size. Not quite, but they're close. Okay. How many inches to a yard? 36. There you go. That's exactly a yard. Okay. Don't worry about our needle right now. So we're going to make what is called a true ring. And a true ring is, if you're right-handed, your ball goes to the right, or whatever your dominant hand side is. And you're going to take your thread, and you're going to make a loop. Okay? We've got it going from the ball all the way around, and it crosses back over. Okay? That's a ring. It's a circle. So we already have our ring. I'm going to have an ad starting... You know what? I'm going to keep going. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going. Oh, great. You know what? I'm going to snooze the ad, so then our ads will be kind of somewhat synced up. So, yeah. All right. So, this already kind of forms a ring. It already forms a circle. So, leave it like that, and we're going to thread our needle. So, that number 5 needle, we're going to thread. You're going to thread it just like a hand sewing needle. So, you're going to go through and... practice. Supreme. You also have to understand, my mother, my entire life, has been a seamstress. And there were times, not by much, you also have to understand, okay, you have to understand that there were many times when I was a kid, like 10, 11, and Grammy wasn't that old then, and she couldn't see to thread her sewing machine, that she would say, hey, can you come here and thread the sewing machine for me? And yeah, so I've got practice. I do it a lot by feel, actually. It's too thick? Okay, use the next size needle up. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Vixen. How was your stream? Welcome in, Vixen and Mel again, and Cricket Bug. Stream was great. You finished the skull bracelet and working on a couple of new designs. Ooh, very fun. I know when Supreme raided into you, you were doing some designs for the beads. If you have anything you want to share, you can drop it in my Discord. I don't know if you're part of my Discord. If not, that's fine. I would normally showcase you, but we're doing a collab here with Supreme Doom for TCC Tuesdays. I'm teaching her how to needle tack. But welcome in. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Okay. Welcome back, Retro. How is the hair all clean? No worries. You'll post it in Discord. Okay, yes, and yeah, we can showcase them Friday when I try to remember to do Discord. Clean and brushed. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Have we threaded our needle? Welcome in, Ship. How are you? Thank you for the follow. Now to wait for to dry. You have not threaded. You have not threaded a needle. Okay. So we threaded a needle, right? Right, Supreme. Yes. I normally, with this size thread, I use the number 5 needle, which is the second thickest one. Oh. Okay. And Retro's on a 3-stream streak, and I'm going to have an ad here in a minute. All right. Why don't we let the ads run? We could take a little a BRB, a bio little break, and then we can get into this because I don't want anybody to really miss any of this. Welcome in, Morgan Hook. You're also a fiber artist. Nice. What type of fiber arts do you do? I don't know why, but my watch trigger started again. Oh. Yeah. I mean, the other night I did do a test stream, but I deleted it. So I think that keeps... I don't know if that affects it. And my ads are going to start here soon. Oh, welcome in, Lala. I'm sorry, I didn't even get the message. Got I missed. Oh, you knit and crochet. Always on mobile. Yeah, it was probably the test. I did a couple test streams. Technically, I've started stream, but you would. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome in, Pixie. Welcome in. Okay, I think my ad is going to start, like, real soon. All right. Your knob binding. Ooh. Cubs. Oh, now I'm at Cub Streak. Sadle. Yes, blame me. Blame me. All right, I am going to take a bio break, so I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Welcome in, Yada and Binge. Alright. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think I'm back. I think you did. And if not, that's okay. Okay. So, ball to the right, we've got our loop of thread, and then at the end of the loop is our needle, and you're going to leave maybe a few inches tail, maybe about maybe about 6, somewhere around 6 inches. I don't know what that is in centimeters. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in real quick because this is easier to show because it's so detailed. But I still have that same loop. I still have that loop there. Okay. Six inches is about 15 centimeters. Okay. Okay. So this is the ball, and this is the ball thread. When we make a ring, we're not working on the ball thread, we're working on the ring. So we're going to take our needle in our right hand, and in our left hand we're going to hold the thread here, and we're going to cross them. You're going to put your needle over top of your thread. If you want to, that might help. It could help, yeah. Actually, if you mess up, fixing it is easy until you finish off the ring or the chain. Fixing it is super easy. I don't think cardstock's going to work. Yes, cardstock will work. That's fine. That works. Okay. Now, yes, crossing over. And keep in mind, you have the tip of the needle, it's not sharp. It's got a little point, but it's more blunt. It's not sharp like a sewing needle. Also with tatting needles, the eye of the needle is close in thickness to the rest of the needle. That's important. I've said a couple before, it's so much faster to frog out of a needle tatted mistake than crochet. Yes, yes. We're not going to hurt. No, nobody's going to get hurt. Okay. So you have all of this length to form your stitches. Okay. You don't have to work here at the very tip. So work anywhere on here. And your stitches are going to slide up and down. We want that. Okay. So I hold it in my right hand, the thread under the needle, and I hold it all in between my thumb and my index finger. That's how I hold it. With your left hand, you're going to put the thread in your hand and have it over top of your index finger on your left hand. Okay? We're going to take the tip of the needle and we're going to put it at the base of our finger and slide it to the tip of your finger. And when doing that, you're going to go under this strand right here. That strand. So go under, take it off your finger, and pull that down towards your thumb on your right hand. You're going to let go of the thread on your left hand, yes. Okay? After you make that stitch. Okay? That is the first half of the double stitch. You know when you tat the first half? That's the first half. Second half, and the double stitch is the stitch you do in tatting. The second half, you're going to put the thread under your index finger and wrap it around to the front. So you're going to put, Yes, you're going to put it under your index finger. I hold it in my hand. Under your index finger, yes. Wrap it around, and now we're going to bend your index finger because you're going to be creepy and be like, come here. And then you're going to, that makes me laugh every time I say it. Nobody else laughs, but I laugh. And now on the back of your finger, you're going to put the needle on your knuckle and slide it to the tip of your finger. And as you do it, you're going under that thread. Pull your index finger out, and then you're going to pull this thread here tight to join the first half of your stitch. When you do that, I don't know how clear it is, you should have something that looks like that. Yes, it looks like the stitch when you shuttle tat, right? Because it is the stitch when you shuttle tat. There's no, when you shuttle tat, you have to do you have to flip. You have to flip it on the working thread. You know how you do it, you have to pull it a certain way so it flips. There's no flip in needle tatting. All right, that is the stitch. So let's do 4 more of those. So again, hold the thread over top of your index finger in the palm side up. Put your palm side up. Put the needle on the base of your finger, slide it to the tip, and goes under the thread. Take your finger off of that loop, pull that loop snug to your previous stitch. No. You don't have to worry about wrapping it around your pinky or your other fingers. You don't have to worry about any of that. Okay, you don't have to start over. Actually, you know what? Take the needle out. Pull the needle out. We're going to start over. With shuttle tatting, you have to undo each stitch. This, we've done it. Okay. Actually, there's flipping and needle tatting, but you're flipping your finger from one way to the creepy come here way. Yes. Okay. Needle over top of thread, holding it in between your thumb and your index finger. Okay. The thread here that's here, like here at the needle, that thread here, not the thread that's going into the eye of the needle, but the thread that's here at the cross of the needle. We're going to lay it in the palm of your hand. Okay? You don't have to worry about going in and around any other fingers. It's all about the index finger. So you're going to go and wrap it. It's in the palm of your hand, the palm side. You're going to wrap it around your finger so you have this. And I use my thumb here just to have some tension. And if you can't do that, I mean, you can use your other fingers, however it works. All right, first half. We're going to put the needle at the base of your finger, slide it to the tip, and as you do that, it's going to go under that thread, onto the needle, remove your finger, so you've got that loop, and now if you pull this all the way to your thumb on your right hand. First half. Second half, we're going to lay it in our hand, but we're going to put it under our index finger. And now we're going to wrap it over top of our index finger. Bend your knuckle. And now the needle's on the back of your finger, on your knuckle. The same motion. Go under, go along and under that thread. Take your finger out. Pull it snug to your first half. So you're going to do that again. First half is it's all laying into the palm of your hand on your palm side of your index finger. Wrap it around the back. So it's like this. First half, you're going to go from the palm side of the base of your finger, under the thread, pull it off, pull that really snug to your first stitch, and then second half, again, lay it in your palm, and if I'm going too fast, please tell me to slow down. Okay, so do a total of 5. So there's 2. All right, so welcome in, Anne. So you should have something that looks like that. And I know it might be a little blurry. I'm trying to, let me see. You got it. I think you got it. Yes. Okay. So that's the double stitch. That's the only stitch. It's the same type of stitch it's in shuttle tatting. All right, we're going to do a picot. So a picot, just like shuttle tatting, it's a space. So we're going to do our first half of our next stitch. And then when you pull it down, you're going to leave a space, just like you do in shuttle tatting. You leave a space for that loop. And so you're not going to pull all the way up to your previous stitches. You're going to leave a gap. Yes. So we have 5. When we do our next stitch, we're not going to pull it all the way down. And that part right there, that first half, is the first half of our next stitch. Does that make sense? Okay. So after you do that, and I'm holding this here with my index finger, I'm going to do the second half of the stitch. Once you do the second half of the stitch, you're good. Once you do that, then we're going to do a total of 5 stitches in this next section. So you've got your 5, you got a picot, and you got 1, right? Okay. Do 4 more. Regular. 4 more regular stitches. Thank you for the hydrate trouble. I am hydrating. And I'm going to lose this battle, but Vance will look for more. Oh, you're doing yarn chicken. Oh, no. Oh, thank you for the hydrate again, Retro. Okay, this is iced tea. Oh, yeah, Retro. Retro's doing yarn chicken. Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. That first part counts as... The first part that you do, that counts as the first half of that stitch in the next section. Does that make sense? Yes. Some tatters don't count that, but I think all the tatters that I know of, that I've discussed this with, counts that as the first stitch. Yes. All right, so now we're going to do another picot and 5. Yeah, you've got it. So do another picot, and we're not worrying about the size of our picots. Don't worry about all of that. Yeah, I have never used a picot gauge or even a homemade one. I've always eyeballed them. Ah. Welcome in, Goo Goo. Use the picot gauge once. Yeah. You can use a picot gauge with needle tatting. The same one that you use for shuttle. There's a streamer. I haven't been in their stream in a long time. Mchav. She actually has a tattoo of... It's a line, and that's the most frequent size picot that she uses. She has it tattooed on her finger. Yeah, that, I mean, if you really tat. Okay, so you should have 5 picot, 5 picot, 5, right? All right, do picot and 5 more. Picot and 5 more. And again, you can slide these stitches all up and down the length of that needle. So you have lots of room to work. Google worked a full day. Normal is returning slowly. I don't know what normal is. Oh, okay. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. The yarn... thank the yarn gods. Thank the yarn gods. Glad me and my mother have such a shared stash of yarn you found. Nice. And welcome in, Dan. Normal is a setting on the dryer. Yes. Correct. Okay, you're good. Okay, this is the part that we have to be very careful with. This is the crucial part. So, not really be careful, but this is where people end up having a mess. Okay. So I'm gonna lay this in my left hand, and I've got this thread here that goes to the ball that we've been ignoring because we're not doing any of the ball thread. We've got the working thread, which is closest to the tip of the needle, and we've got the thread that's in the needle, in the eye of the needle. Okay? So I'm going to hold this in my left hand. I'm going to pinch it between my thumb and index finger, the very last stitches I used, but the working thread, have it go over top of your thumb. So, like this. The working thread goes over the thumb, and I'm pinching, not real hard, I'm just holding the last stitches that I did. Alright, so we've got 3 strands to keep track of. So the ball thread, I put between my index, my ring finger, and my middle finger to keep it out of the way. Because what we're going to end up doing, all of this loop here, we're going to pull through our stitches. We don't want the ball thread getting tangled up in all of that. So keep that away. The other thing we have to do, and if you can't do it, there are ways to work around, but I know some people have dexterity issues. The working thread, the one that goes over top of your thumb, if you can hold it back with your pinky. Some people can't do that. What you might want to do is if you wrap it around your pinky a few times, just like that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You could do it. Basically, and you were around in the 90s, do you know the song Gotta Keep Them Separated? Okay. We've got to keep all 3 of these separated. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to we're holding that, our stitches, and we're going to slide the needle out. The point, you're going to go, yes. And you might have a little bit of resistance when you get near the eye, but you're just going to keep slowly working it through, and keep an eye on that tail, because remember the eye, you've doubled it up. And yes, you have a good evening, Vixen. Just use up the last of what you have and swap. Welcome in, Bray. You see troublemakers? No, you don't. Okay, so pull it through and go very slow until you clear your tail, because you've got that, it doubled over, because when you threaded the needle. So you have 2 strands, and you're going to keep pulling until that tail clears through. The whole time you're pinching with your left hand. Once you have pulled your needle through your stitches, lay your needle down. We don't need your needle right now. I usually lay it like away from me so it's out of the way. And now the thread that's still connected to the needle, we're going to keep pulling it, so we're pulling all of the thread through our stitches. Can you see that? So it's kind of like drawing up like a drawstring. Okay? Just keep going. When you get it like this, unwrap it from your pinky. Still keep it pinched between your thumb and your index finger until it gets like this, until it's kind of snug. At this point, around your thumb. And now you still keep your fingers pinched. Slide that off of your thumb and in between your thumb and finger. Welcome in, Shep, or welcome in again. Slide it in between your thumb and index finger, and then keep pulling and keep pulling. Pull, 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 pull. Now you have basically formed the ring. It's in between your thumb and your finger, and if you keep pulling, and it's strong because cotton thread is strong, you should have something like that. Yes, you've got it. You got it. You have a ring. You have a needle tatted ring. And it looks just like a shuttle tatted ring, right? Okay. So that's how you do a true ring. Now, let me see. Catch up with chat. Can't see your... Wait, why were your eyes closed? I hope you're not driving with your eyes closed. Yes, she did a really good job with the ring. Okay. So that's a true ring. And that's how I do most of my rings. There are some patterns we have to do a mock ring. We're not going to do a mock ring tonight. But any other element, a ring is an element, a chain is an element, all your other elements, after you do the element, you need to tie off. I'll show how to tie off in a second, because we're going to end up doing a chain. Okay. So if we lay this down, if we lay it flat, and if you make the thread that goes to the ball to the right. So this thread here goes to the ball. My ball is still at the right. My other thread goes to the needle. That's to the left. Yeah, yes. And have the ring, pointed down like that. Okay. So now we have to reverse our work. So we reverse work in needle tatting. And the main reason is when we were forming that ring, since you and I are right-handed, we needed the ball away from our work area, because if you're right-handed, no matter what you do, if you're writing, if you're woodworking, if you're sewing, if you're painting, you're working to the left. Because if we end up working to the right with our right hand, our hands aren't normally designed that way. So that is our ring. So to do our chain, a chain is just an arch of stitches, just like in shuttle tatting. Leave everything there. I'm going to take my ball and move it from the right to the left. And as you do that, then you flip your ring or your work over and move your needle to the right. Okay? We are now in position to work a chain, and when we work a chain in needle and shuttle tatting, we're working on the thread that goes to the ball. Okay. Now we're ready to do a chain. And you don't have to, don't worry about the thread that goes to the needle. We're ignoring that. Okay. Pick up your ring. Take your tatting needle, and you're going to lay it on your ring, and you're going to have it kind of parallel to the thread that comes out that goes to your ball. The thread that goes to the needle we're going to ignore. I often tuck it underneath that ring to get it out of the way. I tuck it under and pinch it with my index finger on my right hand. because we don't need it at this point. So you've got your thread going to the ball parallel with your needle, and your needle's laying across the ring. And I'm holding that ring in between my thumb and my index finger. I'm kind of pinching it. You don't have to pinch it really hard. You just gotta just hold it there firmly. And we're gonna do a chain. The same stitches. One thing I've noticed with needle tatting, getting your very first half, the first half of your stitch, the first one, really snug to your ring, is very important, unless you want to do bare thread. There is bare thread methods on tatting. I've never done that before. Yep. Now, the one thing is... Oh, actually, no, the chain won't do that. Okay, with the ring... Okay. My brain was thinking something else. Okay, ignore that. Alright, so we're going to do our first half, the same stitch. First half, take it off your finger, and pull that really tight. And what I do is I take my thumb and I pinch that in there so it doesn't move. And now we can do the second half. It's the same stitch that we've been doing the whole time. Pick a number. Not 56. Pick a reasonable number. 7. Okay, so we've done 1. Now we're going to do 6 more double stitches. And that's going to be our chain. At any time, if you're doing a ring or a chain or anything, before you finish it off, you've got your stitches on the needle. If you make a mistake, you can just take the needle all the way out and start over. But once you finish that, oh, bless you. Once you finish the chain or the ring and all, you can take it out. It's very difficult, but it is, it's a lot easier to do it now before you close it off. It doesn't matter if you don't have 7. We're making up our own pattern. That's fine. I'll do another one. We can do 8. Yes, welcome in. All right. So we're gonna finish off this chain. So we've got our stitches again, whatever number you have. I put 8. If you doesn't matter. Okay. So what we're gonna do is the same type of thing. We don't really have to keep things separated because the ball thread is over to the left. We don't have to wrap it over our finger. But what we will do is keep these the thread that comes from our previous ring and our needle. You don't want to get it all tangled up. So you're going to, again, pinch our stitches on your left hand, and you're going to slowly pull this through. And you're just going to keep pulling until you can't pull anymore. And take some time. No. Yep, the loop is going to go away, and it's going to go through all your stitches. You're just going to keep pulling, and you will end up having a chain. And a chain is just an arch or curved line of stitches. Yep, you got it. Now, your curve should point to the right, because I think your work might have got flipped over, but yeah, that's fine. One last thing, we have to knot off, because those stitches right there are loose. They can slide up and down. We don't want that to happen. So pull that really tight. You don't want to pull it so tight that you break the thread, Yadarika. She's done that. What I do is in my left hand, and I do this because I'm a crocheter. This is how I crochet. It's just natural to me. But what I do is I pull all the stitches tight. I hold it there. I have some tension on this thread. This is the ball thread. And all we're going to do is that's the ball thread. This thread here hanging down is the thread that goes through the needle. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go over top of that ball thread and come through, and I'm just tying a knot. I'm just tying a knot, and I'm pinching that so my stitches don't come loose. Yep. You just got to get it just right. Now, I'm not going to pull this all the way right now until you're ready, because I don't want to end up having to try to pick this out. Welcome in, Bryce. How are you? So yeah, take your time with that knot. Okay, pull that really snug. That is the chain. If you don't tie that knot there, and if you continue to do your next, you keep going, that can come loose. So you're going to tie a knot at the end of every chain. If you do a mock ring, we're not going to worry about that tonight. If you're going to do other elements too, always tie off, except for the true ring, because that true ring locks it together. And that's the ring that we did. All right. Okay. Before we go to the next thing, I have a confession to make, Supreme. So, the past month and a half in your streams, when certain things have been activated in your stream, and you've gotten things like that, or that, or that, it's been me. Yeah. I know. At one time you said that, yeah, I think somebody gave somebody the link. Uh-huh. Yes. And it was International Tatting Day. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, we can't? Oh. Uh-huh. No, Ship did not share the link with me. No, it was someone else. It was somebody else. If you want to guess, that's fine. It's one of the two. It was Rosie. Yeah. Uh-huh. Darn it. Darn it. Because I did play it when we were junk journaling. Darn it. Uh, but yeah, the funny thing was with whoever it was, I don't know who it was, with the drums, the drums emote. Yes. Yep. Yep. There was a couple times in the past month and a half that it was not me, but most of it, yes. I fess up. Actually, the other day... Oh, what other day was it? Whatever day that you streamed. Uh... Was it Sunday? Yes. Yes, Sunday. When you went live, I logged out of Twitch, but I went into your stream, and I wasn't typing, because I'm thinking, okay, she might click the little thing to see who was in her chat, and yeah, I was activating them, even though I wasn't actually in your... I was in your chat, but you didn't know that I was in your chat. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, that was pretty funny. And then you were like, "Yes, thank you for my audio or my sound guy." Uh, uh, you're welcome. All right. Okay. That's weird. Okay. Are we ready for the next part? Okay, we're gonna do another true ring, but we're gonna end up joining it to our first ring. Tomorrow's news: Cub loses his mod privileges. No. All right. Yeah, I'll still have access to it. Yes. Welcome in, Linda. Okay. So you've already moved your ball and flipped, so you're good. So I'm going to move my ball to the right because we're doing a ring, and we're going to flip over. Your chain should now point to the left, so you're good. All right. We're going to do the same thing. Huh? You were. Ring right, yes. Okay. We're now going to do our 5 double stitches. And when we do this, we're going to lay our needle parallel right where that ring thread. We're not worrying about the ball thread. It's the thread that ends up going all the way back to the needle thread. And we're just going to do 5 double stitches. Again, that very first, parallel on top, yes. Now, that very first stitch, yes, we can get it snug, but it's not going to matter too much with a true ring, because when you pull that, it's going to cinch everything up. So getting that first half of that double stitch isn't as critical to get it really close to our chain. So we're doing 5. Yes. Listening is good. Listening before you do is good. Oh, it's a little fuzzy. Well, you like a challenge. 5. Yes, 5. Okay. This is where we're going to need our crochet hook. But before we do that, this is how I do it. I have my stitches here, my thread. This is the thread that goes back to the needle, so the thread we're working with. I put it over my index finger because I need some tension on that. And your ring here is going to be in that position, and we're going to use that first picot we come to. That picot there that's on the right. Okay? So get it however you want, but basically you want that picot, well, you want that thread that's coming off of your last stitch to be kind of close to that picot. You're going to take your crochet hook from the front side, go into that picot, grab a hold of that thread, and pull it through the picot, but leave it on the hook. Okay? So now you could pull that loop really big. So I pulled the loop, if you've pulled it through the picot, and now you're going to take that loop and lift it and put the loop onto your needle. You're not twisting. Do not twist. Put it onto the needle. Once it's onto the needle, take the hook out and put the hook down. Now you're going, that working yarn, that working thread, you're going to pull really, really snug. So now the needle is really close to the ring. Currently using every fiber artist's favorite color, black. Oh, wow. Good luck with that, Retro. So once you pull that snug, you have done a joined picot. When you do that with a shuttle, you actually end up pulling the loop through and passing the shuttle through that loop and pulling it. All right, so we have joined. Now we're going to do 5 more stitches. We don't count that join as a stitch. That is just a way of joining the elements together. So after you get the 5, and take your time, it will look like this. So your 5, the join, and then 5. There'll be no space because they're joined together. All right, now we're going to do a picot and 5, and picot and 5. Yeah, you've got it. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep. The first half is... Oh, there's my camera. I don't know. It was so good yesterday. I don't know why my camera's doing the thing. Oh, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. 5, join 5, and now we're going to do a picot and 5. Yeah, the little bit of knitting that I've practiced with, I've experienced that too. The tension for the cast on wasn't just right. Mm-hmm. And again, at any time that you're making this ring, because we're making a ring right now, if you mess anything up, pull that needle out and everything goes back to where, right after we did that chain. So fixing a mistake is easy until you close it off. So you have 5, the join, 5, picot 5. Wait, I wasn't counting. Wait, what do you have? Wait, 5, join picot 5, regular picot 5, and then picot 5? Okay, I need to do my last picot and 5. You're gonna go say goodnight, Trouble. All right, you have a good evening. All right. So I got all the stitches, and now we're gonna get into the position to close up the ring, and that's where you separate all three: the ball thread, the working thread, and the needle thread. Remember, the working thread is what's coming off of your stitch that goes over your thumb. I hold it out of the way with my pinky, or however you can get it. You just want all three to be separated. We always have a great time, Reese Cup. Yes, pinch. No. Wait, have you done all your stitches? Are all your stitches done? Pinch with the left over top of your last couple stitches, but the thread that comes over your thumb, yes. 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 Yeah, you want to keep all three separated. And now, exactly, every time, yep. Every time I'm doing this, even if I'm not streaming, I have that song in my head. Gotta keep them separated. Yeah. All right. Slowly pull your needle through your stitches. The whole time you're keeping that pinch. Now, sometimes if my stitches are tight, I have to really tug, because I tend to make my stitches a little tight onto the needle. You don't have to. You don't want them super loose, but I sometimes get a little carried away. Yeah. They do say that needle tatting tends to be a little looser than shuttle tatting. And then you keep pulling until you can take it. So it's so small you can take your pinky off. Well, take the loop off your pinky, and then off of your thumb in between your thumb and finger, and it'll curl up, it forms a ring, and then you could pull it tight. If you're, and you could do this with shuttle tatting too. If your picot's a little too small, or after when you're completely done, you could take your crochet hook or even your tatting needle And your decorative picos you can open up, but we're not really to that point yet. But my... Yeah, that's going to happen when you first learn. My first couple ones looked horrible because my tension got changed. Or maybe it was like, maybe you were like a down a stitch or two. It's fine. This is just a sample. But those are the basics. Those are the basics of needle tatting. Uh-huh. Yep, you are a needle tatter. And basically what we're making is this. It's like a very basic, simple pattern. It's a trim, edging, or whatever. And, yeah. So, oh, go ahead. Yes. That's why I had you pull out about a meter of thread. That is for your rings, for your true ring. When you get to the point to add new thread, that's the part that I hate. Adding new thread, yes, adding new thread and weaving in ends, it's basically pretty much the same technique. I don't like it. Unless you do it, yes. Yadarika had, yeah. I'm not certain how Yadarika does it. She does some things a little differently. There is a way, and I've seen Tatter do it with shuttle tatting. I forgot the name of the joint. It's a way that you start. There's like a loop. I don't know how to do it. I haven't. You don't wait. You don't have to add more thread. Oh, you mean you probably do the mock rings, and the mock rings you're working from the ball, and you do have to tie off at the end of a mock ring because they will come open. Do you want to try a mock ring? Okay. Okay. Oh. Ah. Little cuts. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Did you want to just get another ball of thread? Okay, because pulling that through, it might cause some, like, tangling. Yeah, even if it's just one thread. Yeah. Yeah. It'll get all bunched up when you try to pull it through. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to change thread, but it's this... wait, Cub can teach you how to add in thread. Yeah. I can. I don't like doing it. I don't like adding it. I don't mind teaching it. But Anne says green. What is easier on your hot? Yeah, what is easier on your eyes? And yeah, not too dark. Yeah. That could work. Wait a minute. Wait, let me see if I... Oh. So, you don't have any of that, but I can answer that question for everybody. It's got all the colors. Yep, I got to add starting too. So yeah, if you want to just get your thread ready and threaded into your needle. You know what? I will start a new one just to be consistent. Yes, just like you. Which just like mom. Never heard of it. I mean, never heard of it. I mean, maybe it's just a Canadian, maybe it's not. I don't know everything. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. The Newlywed Game. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How well do you know? Yeah. Uh huh. Uh huh. Things you don't need. Yeah. Wow. Um, Irony that a Cub says he wants to be like you. Wait, I'm confused, Retro. Okay. My ad will be over in about a minute-ish. No, I do not remember. I don't think that was. I don't think that we had that here in the States. I'm expecting Supreme go to Jungle Book reference. Oh, it was it. Okay. I've only ever seen Jungle Book once. Yeah, and again, I'm not familiar with that song. I know it's Jungle Book, but I've only ever seen it once. I only know. Oh, I don't remember the name of it. Anyway, please correct that mistake and what? Yeah, yeah, I do. I should watch it again. All right, welcome back from ad. Mm-hmm. Uh, the song. What was the big song from? Was it Bare Necessities? Yes, Bare Necessities. Duh. Hello, I'm a Cub. Anyway. All right. So when King Louis is trying to get the kid to give him... Ah, okay. Yeah, again, it's been many, 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 many years since I've seen it. I was really little. Okay, so we're going to do... what are you doing? Are you working ahead? We're going to do a mock ring. So... It's fine. Okay. Take the stitches off your needle, because you're probably using the wrong thread. Green is fine. Green is fine. Okay, what are you doing? I did not yell at you. She's doing it your way? Wait, is she really doing it your way? Okay. Okay, mock ring. This is going to sound weird, because true ring, the ball goes to the right. Mock ring, the ball goes to the left. Because we're working on the ball thread. We're not working on the ring thread. So, we're going to pull out some of the ball. And we're going to... I always lay it out here. And when we did it before, we formed a ring like that. We formed a loop. This way, the needle, the point of the needle, is now going to face the left. Okay? So, your loop is here, but it's going to look like a chain when we start making this. But when we take it off the needle, it will become a ring. So, keep that in mind. So, we want to have a little bit of a loop to the right, the ball thread to the left, and your needle like this. So, in the same position that you would do a chain. Okay? And, you know what? We're not going to worry about picos with this one. We'll put one pico. So, we're going to do 10 double stitches. Let me catch it with chat. Dirty thoughts, confusing your sister, verbally commentating to the stream, and she's confused, so I explain what's going on. Having a conversation, her tail isn't long enough? Yes, our tails are not long enough. Okay. So we're going to do 10 double stitches, just to avoid all the picos. We don't need all that extra picos. I mean, if you want to put picos, then you can put picos, but we're just going to have one pico, so just for novelty's sake. 10. And again, we're working with the ball thread. After you do the 10, you'll do pico in 10. That's all the stitches we're going to do. And I find needle tatting is faster than shuttle tatting. Anything is fast. Yada does everything fast. Except her tatted tank, which she said is in timeout. Okay. So I've got 10, Pico 10. If you don't have exactly the same number, it's fine. We just want a bunch. Go into listen and step with the key forward so don't thoroughly confuse. No, I'm not going to thoroughly confuse Supreme. Welcome in, Raiders. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I like that show. That's the one where they worked in the department store. Grace Brothers. No. Are You Being Served was a sitcom, a British sitcom, not a kid's show. There were no puppets. Yes. Yes. Mr. Humphreys, Mrs. Slocum. Yes. Yes. I've watched Britcom. Captain Peacock, yes. I've seen Faulty Towers too. John Cleese. Him and his wife ran a hotel, a seaside hotel. Yeah, I know a lot of Britcoms. The Fall and Rise of Reginald Perrin. I'm not familiar with that one. Retro, stop. Okay, so we're going to take our needle off of, run the needle through the stitches, but the important thing is, what we can do right now, we're going to put our pinky in this loop. Very, very important, because if we end up pulling all the way through, we're going to have a chain, and we're going to have a mess. So, that loop here at the bottom, see that loop? You want to put your pinky of your left hand in that loop. And we're going to keep pulling. We're going to pull the needle through, just like we've always done. And when that loop gets about that big or so, it's part of the show. I'm not familiar with that part of the show, Retro. Okay, so once you get to that point where you've got that loop, you're still... That too. You still have it pinched between your thumb and your index finger. Once you have that smaller loop, you're going to take the needle, and from underneath, you're going to go up through that loop, and that's what's going to form it into a ring. And now we can keep pulling, but that will form a ring, but it's not tight because, watch here. Once I've formed it, I can take it and easily open it with my hands. So there's one extra step after you have done that and pulled it tight. We're going to tie off like we finished the chain. We're just going to put that knot. That's a very difficult question. Basically, because I'm kind of confused with that at some point, but one thing I can show you that when I made these leaves for my gift subs, with this pattern, this is written for a shuttle. Most patterns are written for a shuttle, but you can convert them, and Yadarika helped me with this. So I did a ring, a true ring, and a true ring, but if I did another true ring, they all join. So they join, like these rings join. It would be, so I'd have to flip it. And to do that, that's where some of these are mock rings. So you can get it the opposite way. Because you know when we reverse our work from... So yes, that is a case that you're going to need to do that. Yep. What are we doing? We are needle tatting. I am teaching Supreme how to needle tat. Tatting is a type of lace, and this is an example. It's a very strong, secure lace. It's one stitch, and it was common in the 1800s, often as decorative pieces on trim things like similar to this, not necessarily, well, no, they did have bright colors like this. And you would add the trim to clothing and linens like handkerchiefs, tablecloths, pillowcases. You can even now make jewelry with them. You could do, I've done Christmas ornaments. This is a Christmas ornament that I've done. You could do the doilies. I've done a pumpkin. You could do bookmarks. I've made a few bookmarks. Is it easy? Relatively easy. Okay, this is shuttle tatting, and I am not a good shuttle tatter. And I got to remember, it's under, over, and look, so that knot there, I have to loosen it up so it flips to the other thread. Okay? That can be tricky to get. But with what we're doing tonight, there's no flip. You don't flip the, you don't have to worry about the flipping from one thread to the other because everything is formed on the needle. Brain British, I know a fairly few of those shows. Cool. Faulty Towers, seems like there was tons of episodes. Yeah, there weren't that many for Faulty Towers. So, this is... Oh, go ahead. Yeah, it's a little loop. Yeah. And either one, it's one stitch. There's one stitch. It's how you combine those with things called picos, which are these little loops. And there are some other techniques, but you either make a ring, which is a circle, or you make a chain. And in this piece here, you see this curved piece. That's a chain. So it's how you connect them all together. There are some more advanced techniques, but that's pretty much the basis of tatting. Okay. So where are we, Supreme? Did you make the mock ring? Did you tie off after you've made the mock ring? After you've closed up the ring? Okay. Yep. So close up the ring so it looks like this. All right. I'm going to hold it in my hand like this. I want a little tension on the ball thread. That's a thread to go into the ball. That's our working thread. And I'm going to take my needle. I'm going to go over top of that thread. Go over and under through it. It forms a loop. We're just tying a simple little overhand knot. And we're going to go through. And then we're going to pull that knot right up against our ring. That's going to prevent that ring from opening. And that is how you tie off. You're going to tie off after every element except for the true ring, which is the true ring is what we learned at the beginning. So you can use true and mock rings. In different cases, you need to use a mock ring. Most of the things that I have made, like this edging, this is all true rings. There are no mock rings in that. You could do mock rings, but why do that extra step when you could just make the ring and then just keep going? So, I only use mock rings when I need to. So. But yeah, that's pretty much the basics. We're not going to worry about split rings because I haven't done split rings in forever. Okay. Okay. Okay, no problem. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. And actually... Okay. While she's doing her little break, we're gonna do more tatting. I'm gonna work on in my stream. I've got a thing when I get subscribers, they get to choose up to 2 colors, and I make a flower. I make a tatted flower, and I'll show you in 1 second. Move this, if I can thread my needle. They get a tatted flower, one of these, in the colors of their choice. And then if I get gift subs, I make leaves for each gift sub. I've got 21 gift subs. The leaves I have to make, I'm playing catch up from months ago. But, so each one of these represents one of my subs. And I've got like 26 different colors to choose from. They can pick up to 2. If they want, they can do all 1 color. And I think this is retro. This is Retro Gamers flower. And this is a pattern. It's not my pattern, but it's a pretty basic pattern. And that's what I can work on. Nope, last time I worked on it was on stream on Friday. This thread, that thread, it's like an off-white, and it's got gold in it, and it was a little bit of a pain at first, but I'm okay with it. I've never really tatted with a metallic. Well, no, that was crochet that I did that. Yeah, I've crocheted with metallic a few times. But this isn't all metallic. There's a little bit of metallic in it. But, so yeah. And, like I said, these get attached to a wooden floral pick. I've got tons of these. These are for floral arranging. And they just get set into my little garden. And it sits on my desk. And it's bright and cheerful. And it's a fun thing. Pretty fun. But yeah, needle tatting I don't think is too difficult to learn. It takes some patience. Definitely takes patience. But it's very portable, either needle or shuttle tatting. It is a portable craft because it's small, so you can do this on the go. Okay, I have to do 2 more of these petals, and it'll be done. And I've only been needle tatting for about almost 2 years, so I haven't been tatting long. I know how to shuttle tat, but, well, the basics. I don't really know some of the other techniques in shuttle tatting, but I prefer the needle. Because I'm mostly, if nobody has ever been to my stream, I'm a fiber artist. I do a lot of crochet. So, similar type movements of some of the techniques that are used with the needle. So yeah, that's. Yeah, like I said, only been tatting for about 2 years, and I've always well, not always. I've known what tatting was for a pretty good portion of my life. I knew of it, but I didn't know how to actually do it. Actually, this shuttle I got about 20 years ago when I worked at Michael's Arts and Crafts, which is a craft store here in the U.S. and Canada, and I couldn't figure out how to load the thing for 20 years because I didn't know that the bobbin came out because there were no instructions, and the book that I was reading, it made no sense, and was watching a fellow streamer who shuttle tats, and I was like, oh, okay, and I got it out, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't know how to put the thread on the thing. So it was sitting in a drawer for many years. No, there were no... Okay, no, the instructions... I have the book somewhere. The instructions were horrible. But it actually didn't even tell you how to put the thread on, because it just was showing you how to use the shuttle. It wasn't showing how to put the thread onto it. And 9. Because I tried everything. I even tried pushing on the where the bobbin is. It couldn't come out. I guess I wasn't applying enough force or something. Or maybe it just wasn't the right time for me to learn. That is a possibility. Now, I've been crocheting for about that same amount of time. I did cross-stitch before that. I still do cross-stitch, but I was cross-stitching before I crocheted or tatted. So yeah, I've done a lot of fiber arts in my time. I don't even know if I was in frame. But this is what I just started on Fridays. Fridays on my stream. I am going to be just doing tatting on Fridays. It's become, I guess, a featured thing on that day of the week. Oh, and also, if anybody is new in either stream, new to me, if anybody wants to learn how to needle tat at any time that I'm streaming, I'm always willing to teach. Same thing with crochet. So this isn't just because I'm collabing with Supreme. That's what I do on my stream. I do a lot of teaching. Growing up, cross-stitch was the only one that made sense. Yeah, I only got into crocheting about 3 years ago because you can't hold a pencil. Okay, much less a needle without... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. And they do make... I don't have one. They do make a tool that you can put your crochet hook in, and you can hold it. It's probably about that big around, and you can put any size of basic aluminum hook in it, and can help you crochet a lot easier. Good night, Shada. You have a good evening. Thank you for coming in to our collab stream. You have them? Yes. Yeah. I've never used one of those adapter tools, but I've heard that they're pretty good. Good night, Tricky. I'm gonna thank you for raiding into Supreme for her. You have a good evening. I wish you could find something for needles. Yeah, it's kind of difficult for that because the needle has to pass through, the entire needle has to pass through the fabric. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for the follow. I am also a brand new paper crafter. Because if you're familiar with Supreme, she does a lot of paper crafting. I am brand new to that. Speaking of which, tomorrow night when I stream, I'm going to be working on my junk journal again. I'm brand new to it. 6, 7, 8, and 9. Because earlier Supreme was collabing with IOLair, and they were playing with things for junk journaling. I think they were making bookmarks and playing with ephemera. And so last week I collabed with Supreme, and she taught me how to sew signatures in a junk journal. And actually I have it here. I can show you. You crochet, trying to knit so you can make your first grandchild. Oh, very fun. I know basic knitting. I've never knitted anything. I just knew the basic stitches. So I am going to learn more of that. But yeah, I've been crocheting for many years. But yes, this is the junk journal. I added all of these decorative pages in here. I'm not going to show it all. These signatures here in the center, I did not put together. I ended up getting a large paper haul. Long story, somebody had passed away that was a paper crafter, and I saved the stuff from the landfill. So they had made up these 3 signatures, but they weren't sewn together. So Supreme taught me how to sew them together, and I inserted this into this junk journal that I'm making, and I'm going to be adding more paper and things to it, and we're going to distress it at some point, and we're going to make it all pretty and fun. So I've been wanting to do it off stream, which I can, but I want to save a lot for content for my streams. All right, this is the last bit of this flower. Last little bit. This last little join sometimes gives me trouble, but I think I got it. But yeah, like I said, my main favorite craft is crochet. I think it will always be crochet, but I am branching out into other things. And if anybody, again, at any time has any questions about crochet, I am on my normal streams. I teach at any time. So I made a little flower. It's curling up a bit, but I think it's because it's the metallic thread might have something to do with it, but that's fine if it curls. So there's Retro's flower. Where is my... I have a list of... Oh, here it is. I can mark that off. And, oh, wait a minute. Okay. Move all of the... So these are the other ones that I've recently done. I still have to weave in the ends. And, put them on the wooden floral picks. So these are the last 5 that I've done. Like your new proposed schedule, do you have any day that is not designated to anything particular? Sundays is wild card. Sundays I'll work on whatever. Mondays is mastering Mondays. Wednesdays is warehouse. So my the spare room with some of the craft supplies that are stored over there. I pull from something over there. So lately it's the junk journal. I do have that one scarf shawl thing with the silk thread, with the silk yarn, I should say. That's still in progress. But yes. And then Fridays is tatting. And Saturdays is my gaming night. We play Minecraft. Been doing that for the past, what, 2 Saturdays, I think? So that's kind of roughly what my schedule is. It's not always set in stone. Okay. Let's see what time. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Okay, we're good. We're good. I don't want to end up keeping Supreme too long. Change it to get her done day, all those whips. I only have a few whips. I have a list of whips. I've got the one shawl. I've got that lattice, that silk wrap thingy. Oh, the needle book. My needle book with the embroidery. And the junk journal. Those are the only things I can think of, is those 4 whips. I think that's it. I think there's only 4. And then there's another one that I'm going to start another shawl. With the crocheted shawl for Yarny Pixie's Crochet Along. So, just what I need. Another one. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, I'm sorry. Grammy says, how about the needlepoint butterfly? Needlepoint butterfly, you know what? I need to work on that, because all I have to do is some back stitching. And the temperature blanket. Okay, Grammy. It's just weaving in ends. That's all that's left for that. I don't think anybody wants to watch me weave in ends. I mean, if you do, maybe come October, November, because it's still a little too warm for that temperature blanket. But yeah, welcome back. I'm sorry. All right, what are we making now? Okay. Golden Girls is done. It just needs to be framed. Golden Girls is done. Well, I do have to outline all the way around the perimeter of the pattern, but that's just back stitching. So chain, you're working with the ball thread, so the ball should be to your left. The thread that goes through the ball should be onto the left of your ring. And your needle will lay on top of the ring, parallel. Yep. Parallel. Yep. Yeah. And that very first the first half of that first double stitch, you want that snug. How big of a chain are we making? Okay. Oh, how much longer did you want to be on? I don't want to keep you too late. Okay. Okay, that's fine. No, I'm good. I just don't want to keep you. So I don't know what you had in mind, what you're making, but did you want to start a Weldon square? Okay. What I would suggest you do is, yeah, take the stitches off your needle. That mock ring you made, or get a new ball of yarn, or if you want to use that same color, just cut that ring off. Okay. Let me do one thing real quick. No, I don't have to go longer. I mean, it's been what? I don't know how long it's been. About 3 hours. So yeah, whenever you're ready. Yeah. All right. So I just sent you something in Discord. It is the pattern that is on screen, on my screen. This I got from online Piecework magazine. It was an image. This pattern is from the 1880s, but this image, it's a more modern interpretation of the written pattern. So, I don't know if you've ever done a diagram for tatting, or if you've done written, or neither. Okay. This one here, we're gonna start with the three rings in the upper left hand corner. They call that a trefoil. And we're gonna start with out of those three, the lower one where it says 8, 6, and 3. That's what we're gonna do. What I would recommend for this, we're gonna do true rings, and if we don't finish this, it's fine. If we don't finish this whole square, because it does take some time. I would recommend pulling off about, just so you don't have to add more thread, pulling off about 2.5 meters off of your ball, roughly. Now, that is going to be a lot more to keep track of that might get tangled, so be very, very careful when you do this. And if it gets tangled, I am so sorry. I'm not trying to set you up for failure. What you can also do, and I'm going to put the ball to the right because we're going to start with the true ring. What I'm going to end up doing when I do this, and I have that long of a tail off of the ball, I'm going to pull my needle, the tail for the needle, I'm going to pull it, so double it up, so you're shortening up that distance. We're going to do what the pattern says. There is a variation. I know Traveling Tatter has done this too. Has added extra picos to some of the rings, so then you can join them together to make like a bookmark or whatever. We're not doing that. We're just going to do as the pattern says. Okay. So we've got our thread on our needle, ball to the right, and whenever you're ready, let me know. Well, she kind of already had kind of like there's, well, at least it was when I was in school. There was pre-algebra and then algebra, so she already had like the pre-course. So she's already done some shuttle tatting, so she kind of had an idea. Oh, you're brave. You're using that black and white gray thread. I've got some of that. No, you don't need that. Okay, are we threaded? Okay. So, working on the thread that goes back to the needle, not the ball thread. We're going to do 8 picot, 6 picot, 3. I can walk you through it. We're going to do 8 picot. Just do 8 picot. Actually, 8 picot 6, because you kind of need that next stitch after the picot. And we're not worrying about the different sizes of the picot. You can graduate them when we get to that point for the on part of it. I'm not going to worry about that. Eight picot, 6 picot, then 3. Oh, there's one other thing. I should have actually done this earlier, and I didn't think of it. I should have done this earlier. So, I don't know if that's going to be pinned in your stream or not, but it's pinned in, I think it should be pinned in both. That YouTube channel, it's the Georgia Sights and Needle Tatting channel, and that's where I have learned a lot of the techniques. I should have done that at the very beginning. Wasn't thinking. So, a lot of the way she teaches it is kind of how I'm teaching it, especially the ball to the left or the right, because that comes in handy. Okay, so you've got 8 picot, 6 picot 3. Okay, now we're going to form the ring. So that's where we separate everything, and carefully, without knotting up your thread, go very slow and pull the needle through your stitches. Again, that's where you put the thread over your thumb and hold it out of the way and move the ball thread out of the way. And since you have so much thread, just go very slow. And if you get a knot, stop and try to get the knot out before it gets into your stitches. I only tell you to have that much because adding thread is not fun. And again, we're doing true rings, so there's no tying off at the end of the ring because it's not going to open up. I mean, you'd have to pick at it, but it's not going to open it up by itself. Did I make you have a knot? Okay. So you've got your ring. Okay. Lay it down. Oh. Okay, yeah. You've got all that extra. Sometimes it's too short, sometimes it's too long. All right. So we're gonna do another true ring. So we're not moving the ball, we're not flipping anything. So I'm gonna lay this here. I'm laying this down. I don't know if you can see that picot. So there's a picot down there at the bottom, and there's a picot to the left. We want that picot to be to the left. We don't want that picot on the right. Okay? What we're now gonna do is we're gonna lay our needle on top of our ring, right parallel to where that thread is coming out, not the ball thread, the other thread. And we are going to do 3 stitches. How Goldilocks? Yes, very Goldilocks. So we do 3 stitches. Ah, yeah. Yeah, you don't want the ball and the ball thread to be tangled up in any of it. Three stitches, and now we're going to do a joining picot. So that picot on your previous ring, the one that's closest to your needle, we're going to do a joining picot. And again, if you take your crochet hook, you're going to go from the front side of that picot into the picot. Grab your thread. That's why I put some tension on the thread, so it's easy to grab. Pull it through, keep it on the hook. You have a loop coming through. Take that loop, put it onto the needle, take it off the hook, and now we just take that thread and we're going to cinch it up so it's tight up against the needle. So that is just a join. They're pretty simple to do a join. All right. So now we're going to do 2 picot, and we're going to do that 6 times. So do 2 stitches picot and do it a total of 6 times. I know that sounds confusing. And we're going to have an add. I think you're probably going to add yourself. So 2 stitches and a picot, and you're going to do that a total of 6 times. So you'll end up having 6 picots, 6 loops. You forgot how? And there's my ads. And my picots are going to be all different sizes, but that's okay. Oh no, you're fine. Oh yeah, you're focused and concentrating. And this being some... Oh, there went my camera again. I really don't know how to solve that problem. And it went out in the software. So it's just not... It's not an OBS thing. I think what I just need to do is an actual uninstall of the software and reinstall. All I did was a repair the other day. That's probably what I need to do. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Aww. Uh-huh. Aww. Stop using... Oh, go ahead. Ship is saying stop using poopy Elgato software. Okay, I don't know how to use it without it, so I'll have to figure it out. I'll have to figure out how to use the camera without the software, and I got to figure out the zoom. That's the thing. I need to change the zoom, so I don't know how to do that through OBS, but that's for another day. Yes. So what you will have is when you have this on here after your join. So you've done your 3 and you're joining Pico. You have 2 Pico, 2 Pico, 2 Pico, 2 Pico, 2 Pico, 2 Pico, and 6. And the camera went off again. I am sorry. After you do that last Pico, you will have 3 stitches. Yeah, I don't know why it's now doing it more often. So basically, and I spread out stitches like this. You can spread them out, and technically there's 7 picos because that joining pico, if you want to count it that way, but that might be confusing. You will have 6 picos. In the middle, they're all separated by 2 stitches, except on the very end, near your point, there'll be 3 stitches. Because you started with 3 stitches when you started this ring. Does that make sense? Yes, and then also the 3 from the very beginning when you started it. Yeah. So yes. After you get that 3, and then we're gonna close up the ring. So that's where we separate all of the strands and carefully pull the needle through. Do all the things. Well, not all the things. And my ad is over. Yours is probably over too. what's happening. Uh, yeah, that's happened to me occasionally. Let me see. Um, yeah, you're getting it. All right. So now we're going to do another ring. We're not flipping anything. Nothing gets flipped. Everything's still in the same position. Ball thread is still to the right. We're going to lay our needle on top of our last ring we made, parallel to that working thread. And we're going to do 3 picot 6. But that first we're going to do, actually, sorry, 3 joining picot. So we're going to do our 3. If that's the case, then especially right now, just the very first picot closest to your needle, you can take your crochet hook and get it in there and kind of open it up a little bit. Once you're all done, you can go through and all the decorative one, the pretty ones, you can do the same thing. You don't have to worry about doing those right now because we're not stitching into those. We're going to go to the very first, the first one we come to on the previous ring. So the last picot that you made on that ring. The ring we just made, the very last picot. So we do our 3 stitches, and then in that picot, we're going to do the joining, where you put the crochet hook in, grab it, bring it through, and up on top of the tatting needle. And that is how it joins. Retro's witch has a hat, now just to make her cape, and most importantly, the broomstick. Yes, you gotta have the broomstick. So you've got 3 stitches and you joined? No? Okay. Okay. Anyway, 3 stitches and then a join, yes. Wait, what was that again? You should have, before you join, on that last ring, you should have 6 picots. That's okay. That's okay. Just ignore it. We're gonna just continue on. All right, Retro. So you've joined? Okay. Now we're going to do 6 Pico 8. And after you have that, I should have mentioned this. That is the time, after you have them all done, time to go back and double check and count everything to make certain you've got the right number of stitches and picots where they need to be. But we've been doing that all along. I just haven't pointed that out. Supreme is doing great. And I'm always doing, oh, I'm not always doing great yet, Erika. But thank you. Thank you for your confidence in me. So, and if you're not there yet, that's fine. But you should have, for this ring, from the very beginning of that ring. Okay. So yeah, it'll be 3 joining picot, 6 regular picot, and then 8. Welcome back, Retro. So I can't wait till tomorrow night because Grammy has made something really good for dinner. Well, part of the dinner. I requested it. She's made this thing, I don't know what you call it. Basically, it's like an Italian cold, like, side salad, but there's no pasta in it. So it's got cubed mozzarella cheese and salami and pepperoni and olives and whatever vegetables, onions and whatever she put in, and maybe like little cherry tomatoes, and it's like an Italian-based dressing with herbs and seasoning. It is so good. So I am so excited for that. So she made it today, and it's in the refrigerator, getting really, really cold. And I don't know what else we're having with it, but I'm okay if that's dinner by itself. Okay, you ready to close it all up? All right, again, go slow because you've got a lot of length of thread there. You don't want it all getting all tangled up in your stitching. And when you get to that point, it should look something similar to this. And we got 3 little rings, all in a little triangle shape. Making box macaroni and cheese. Apparently I make it better than any of our kids' friends' parents and my nephew's parents. Oh, wow. Said you wanted Italian sauce. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. Grammy said you wanted... Oh, yes, Italian sausage. Stores out of links, so guests get in a patty form. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Whatever works. I just follow the directions and add a bit more butter and milk, letting the milk cook down to make... Oh, yes, that's yes. Creamier mac and cheese is the way to go. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. Kinda. That's what you got. All right. Stellar says, you and Grammy bring the salad dish. We've got red beans and rice on the stove. Maybe banana bread going. Oh. I don't think the Italian, I think it's like an antipasta dish. I don't know if that's going to go with red beans and rice, but I'll eat it. Okay. So that is our corner. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move our ball thread to the left, reverse our work, flip our work over, so lay it so all of your rings are pointing towards you. The green part of mine goes to the ball, the pink part goes to the needle. And we're going to make a chain. And the chain is just 10 stitches. It's just 10 stitches. And after you make those 10 stitches, you're going to tie off. Now, what I do with this is the thread that goes to the needle, that's the one on the right here, I put that behind my work because I'm not going to need it right now while I'm making the stitches. And I also fold these over. You can fold them to get those out of the way because we're going to lay our needle on top of our last ring we made, parallel to the thread that goes to the ball, if that makes sense. So you can, all of this you can fold it up. It's not going to hurt it. It doesn't have to go with my dish, but yeah, it does sound delicious. Gramps and Grammy will be having spaghetti with the antipasta salad over romaine. Yes. Yeah. No spaghetti for me. Alright. Again, the first half of that first double stitch, make certain it's snug against your ring you just made. And we do 10 stitches. Just 10 simple stitches. After you do the stitches, you just take them off. We're making a chain, so we don't have to worry about grabbing the loop or anything. We just got to make certain all of it goes through the stitches nicely. Now, what I do, and I know you're not to that point yet, is when I pull it through, the thread I'm pulling through, I move that to the back underneath, because if not, if I pull it through, that loop's going to get all tangled up into my rings I've already made. So I just move it to the back side just to keep it from tangling too much. I'm sorry. I worked ahead. So the thread, I was pulling through the thread through the stitches. The part that was coming down here, it was on the front of the tatting when the other part was on the back, and if I would have pulled, it would have snagged on the rings. So after you're done, after you pull all the way through, and remember to tie off, because you tie off of everything except a true ring. And that is 1/4 of the square done. If you wanted to, you could stop right there and you've got a 3-leaf clover. If you also wanted to, you can change it up. You can add a fourth one in. So if you want to make a four-leaf clover for St. Patrick's Day, that's a real easy one to do. I think it's because I told you to have so much thread. I feel bad. Oh. Okay, there is a way to do it. You're gonna have, you don't have to do this, but there is a way to pick it out. Actually, at the chain, it's easy to pick out. So I don't recommend doing it right now, but you can loosen up your stitches. If you haven't tied off yet, you can loosen up your stitches, and you can carefully at the base of your chain where it meets your rings, you can pull that out if you wanted to save it. I wouldn't recommend doing it right now because that's a pain. If you're making it for St. Patrick's Day, you make a shamrock. Oh yes, that's true. That's true. They're technically not the same plant. Oh, I didn't even tie off. Did I? I don't think I tied off the chain. Well, it's not going to hurt to add another knot. Okay, I've tied off. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. I know what you're talking about. Okay. If you can, oh, it's not going to be clear enough. So that side right there, that should be the back side of the ring. That was weird. My camera just made a weird little... Oh, on the chain, it should be the opposite. So... Wait. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. So, okay. Here we go. I wish I could zoom in more. So, okay. Is your chain angled to the right? Is it curving to the right? Okay. Yeah. If you're right-handed and you make a chain, your chain will curve to the right, and the little knot parts are going to be away from you. They will be the inside of the square. So yeah. So are we good? It takes some practice. Yep, you're learning. So what we did there, you just do that 3 more times, and that will make the square. We don't have to do that tonight because it is getting later. But you would do the same thing. So I'm briefly going to walk you through the next part. We're not going to do it. But you would flip it over because you're reversing work, ball to the right, and you would do your next ring, and your ring, you just repeat it. So where we started in the pattern, where the numbers are, the one at the very bottom in the upper right hand corner, so you do 8 picot 6 picot 3, but that first picot you do, you're going to do 8. Your next picot is a joining picot because you want them to be connected. So instead of a regular picot, you do a join, and you work your way around, and when you get to the very end, let's say we do this 4 times, and we end with a chain. If you ever want to collab again on this square, I can walk you through that. Once you go all the way around the 4th time, then we will do a folded join to connect that chain. There'll be a chain here. We're going to connect it to our first trefoil. I know I'm probably confusing you because that's way in the future, but you have learned the... Oh, thank you for the follow. So you have learned the double stitch, the rings, the picots, and the chain, and a joining picot. That's pretty much what you need for most tatting. Oh, and you also learned the mock ring. Oh, wow. Wait, how many away? 24 to... I am 20 away from 1,500. It is. The gem jar is getting full. I remember her older gem jar. It was kind of like shaped weird. Like, what did you say was in it? That's what it was. Yes, I know it was kind of... Yes. Yes, I was in the cupcake. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I know the cupcake was getting very full when I was added. Yep. Something you never expect to hear. You gotta shake the cupcake. It feels longer than that. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I was. 'Cause I remember when you had to go and get the new jar. Oh, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Yep. Like I said, I find it easier than shuttle just because I'm a crocheter, so it's similar type movement, but one is not better than the other. It's just a different tool. It's the exact same thing. just a different tool. Yes, it can be looser. Yeah, love to see that. Yeah. It could be. And it could also be how you closed up that chain, maybe. Because you said once you had the 3 rings, it looked good. So, yeah. You've already tied off. You'd have to finish, you'd have to untie that tied off knot that you just did at the end of the chain. And then you can, once that's done, you can move the stitches on the chain further along, and if you take like your needle or your little hook, you can kind of pick that out. I would take your thread off the needle because you have to take everything out and redo the chain. If yeah, yeah, that I would recommend doing that. I wouldn't recommend undoing a ring because undoing a ring can be a pain. I've done it before. It's more of a pain. But undoing a chain is a lot easier because you don't actually close a chain. You finish the chain off. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. So now, yeah, I have to eat something too because last thing I had was probably about 11:30 this morning, and that was a handful of pepperoni, and before that I had some chaffles. So, yeah, I am getting a little hungry. Cheeseburger pizza, that sounds so good. Thank you for the hydrate, Alley Cat Crafts. How are you? But yeah, that is common that maybe you didn't close it off the right way. Oh, there you go. Ah, I've done that a couple times. Yeah, that makes sense. That could be, if because that can throw it off a little. Uh, the pickles on top throws people sometimes. Actually, no. I think that would be good. Pickles on the pizza because I like that like little saltiness, tanginess because I like black olives on pizza. Lost in the tangled messenger brain. Oh no, Alley Cat. I'm doing pretty good. We're collabing here with Supreme Doom, and I have just taught her how to do some needle tatting. Nope, you did pretty darn good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't pull it tight enough. But it's a learning experience. Mm. Mm-hmm. But also, the the thread isn't that expensive, so you can always cut it and start over. I know it's a little bit of a pain, but you've just started this the square. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a butterfly or a small little flower or no. There is a way, and I've never done it. I've looked online. There's a way that you can calculate, and you do X amount of stitches, and you measure, and you do it's a formula. And I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with all that. So I just pull out more than I need, because again, it's inexpensive, and I've got I could show you. I've got a ball of scraps. These are from my sunflowers. So at some point, I'm going to find something to do with all of that. And it might not be tatting. It could be something else. So, yeah. Okay. That could work. That sounds good. Yay! You're very welcome. Yes. Thank you. Oh, wow. I am surprised. I was not expecting this. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. How was your stream? What were you doing? I have no idea. Uh, Tell us all about it, Supreme. Anyway, again, I want to thank Supreme for collabing with me tonight. The second collab, because we had collabed last week with the Junk Journal, and then tonight with the needle tatting. I had lots of fun. Um, yes, she is not a professional needle tatter. It was excellent. Thank you. Learn how to needle tat with incredible teacher. You did. Oh wow. I'll have to look this person up. Uh, Alrighty. Thank you very much, Supreme. And yes, go and raid and run and get something to eat because I know we're both hungry and I'm tired. Even though I didn't have like that long of a day, I'm tired for some reason. But yeah, thank you. Oh, thank you, Retro. Shouting. Okay. Oh, here we go. Not that one. Me and my clips and the poop theme. You don't have to. Oh yeah, you are raiding with me. That is true. I already know where we're going. I have a raid target. Again, I want to thank everybody for hanging out in the stream. Again, thanks Supreme. I want to thank all of the mods, both my mods and Supreme's mods. I want to thank any of the followers on both streams. Thank all the raiders who raided into both of us, and I think that's it. I will be on again tomorrow at around, I'm going to say 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to do junk journaling. We're going to work on the junk journal. We're going to play with paper and glue and fun things like that. We are going to go and I'm going to shout out our raid target. They are cross-stitching. We're going to go raid into Crafty K3. They are a small streamer, so let's give them some support. Yes, we're going to go raid Crafty K. We're going to see what they're up to. Again, they make beautiful cross-stitch pieces. If you would copy one of those 2 raid calls, please. Let me see here. All right, Trouble, you get some sleep. And you're very welcome, Bray. Yes, and let's go show some support to Crafty K. Let me get the raid started. I will be on again, like I said, tomorrow. We're going to do the junk journal. Happy crafting. Take care of your friends, your family, your community, and I will see you